Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Butterfly Bakery, we have the mustard cranberry hot sauce. And, okay, it's in collaboration with somebody. I can't quite make that out here. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it in to the effect where my tired eyes. Okay, Quail Hill. Interesting logo there. So we're calling this 5 of 6, which is maybe not where I would put it, but so this is a very curious sauce to me, and I had a lot of difficulty placing it. And I said, okay, well, where should I go? And so then I looked here on, and I appreciate this so much when there are label recommendations. I wound up looking on the website to find this actually. And so we're saying hearty German foods, from snappy sausages to roasted potatoes to rye bread. Okay. All right. That could be fun. That could be fun. We've got the carbon peppers, which I believe have been used in other sauces as well. Vinegar. We've got ghost peppers. We've got cranberries. We've got mustard powder, and we've got salt. Very eclectic, I guess, in some respects, combination of things. I would not have thought mustard powder and cranberries would have been a natural combination, but certainly this is one of the more fascinating sauces. You can see the influence of the, I'm assuming, the mustard powder. With the cranberries. This is so interesting to me because you've got mustard and the quinine of the cranberries, which are very pungent, forceful flavors, or they can be. And in fact, I don't know if you've ever had a raw cranberry, but they're very difficult to eat, just raw. It is a fun thing to attempt if you haven't already, but there's the combination of flavors here, in particular with the ghosties, is just so very interesting, and the ghosts definitely play a role in the flavor here, as do the Carmens, and it is such an intriguing blend of flavors. You can see it's this sort of orangish color. Very nice looking sauce, I would say. It's almost a sauce though that reads to me as slightly over specialized, I would say. But it's interesting in that respect, and I don't mind that that someone's doing that, because the sauce itself, as with almost everything else that probably everything else I've had with Butterfly, is quite delicious in its own right. But let's get into that. So we've got some fruitiness from the Carmens, the super hot roar of the ghosties, which adds a lot of bitterness to it. And then we've got this sort of interesting background of the mustard and the cranberries. It is so fascinating with sauce. It's one of those things that I never would have thought to ever put anything together like this. To me, this is very wildly creative. So, we had to go find some German sausage, sort of. What I did was I went to the deli. There's a place around here that has some German, imported German stuff. I'll tell you this. I don't miss a lot from the Midwest. It's where I spent all my early years. I don't generally miss a lot from that place, that region, or the time, hugely. I mean, I miss some stuff, obviously, but there's a lot. I don't have any regrets looking back at leaving it. For the most part, there is a couple things that I do miss considerably, and one of them is the availability of something called Cervelat. Cervelat is something that you might have heard referred to as German salami. I didn't know it as that name, but where I was from, there was a lot of Scandies, a lot of Germanic people in that region, a lot of French as well, although French cuisine didn't really play into stuff particularly. It was mostly Scandi and German. So Cervelat you could find pretty much any grocery store you wandered into. When I moved to where I am now, which is much more hospitable to me in a climate perspective, but trying to find Cervelat, I have to go to almost like a specific German deli or Scandi deli in this case, or I can't get it. Actually, I think it's just European. I have to go to a specialty store to get it. It's not like John Morrell or Oscar Mayer. Like, those companies back then made it, but it is not stocked at all in like the normal grocery stores in the area I'm in. And I miss it. Cervelat is one of my favorite flavors. One of my favorite meats by quite a bit. So, and this one is a little bit more, I guess, finely ground than some of the other ones I've had. But I thought, well, I could go with Black Forest ham. So they happen to have a sandwich that is Cervelat and a smoked Black Forest ham. And I'm like, well, that should do it. So let's throw it on and see how I can get the balance here. I'm going to just try it on one half first. In fact, actually here. Ghosties are very forward in the flavor of this sauce. Especially as I get more into the bottle. But, all right, so here's what it looks like. We'll see. How it does with Cervelat. It's interesting. Cervelat is a flavor I don't find usually needs accompaniment. It is one of those few things that I think is fine as is. It is very interesting here with this, though. Those ghost peppers are very upfront in the mix. The further I get into this bottle, the more the ghosties are making themselves known. There is a nice fruitiness though from the Carmens. Let's do this. There we go. I'll take these. So let's do this. And right now I'm trying to decide where to put it on this sandwich. All right. So let's try one, just regular. No sauce, and then one with. This is an okay Cervelat from this place. Not the best I've had. Not the worst. And the closest I've been able to find, like normally, is like a summer sausage. But it's just not quite right all the way. Let me try this on this side of the equation. This is quite punchy as far as the sauce. I don't know that it's chili head only material, but it does pack a nice wallop. And it brings a nice reminder that, of course, ghosties were the first quote-unquote super hot. Oh, man. Oh, that was the right spot there. Still the best as far as I'm concerned. Still unrivaled. My favorite super hot. Putting it with the mayo, that was the smooth, good move. 100%. Wow, that's really good. In this setting, I was having just a little tiny struggle with the bitterness. Kind of getting in the way of some of these other flavors. With the mayo, that is dynamite. That was the right place. The smokiness from the ham as well as dynamite. Or dynamite. If we were closer to grill season kicking off in earnest, and it's just not, as you can see, I've still got long sleeves. It's not as I film this. Probably by the time this video goes live, it will be. I'm still kind of in the process of fixing my grill, and as soon as I replace the part that I need to replace, it's going to change the heat distribution again, I'm sure. And I'll have to learn how to use the grill again. But I mean, that's okay. I'm not quite ready for it at this moment. But if I was in grill season, if I was in grill season, definitely I would be trying this on brats. I don't know if that is the snappy sausage that was meant. Oh, man. They used such a high quality Havarti cheese on this sandwich. I'm pairing it, the sort of silky smooth creaminess with this was majestic. Just, wow. Okay, so what did we learn about today? This is a very unique sauce. I can't think of anything I've had quite like this. But it definitely is a sauce that needs to be paired, I think, a bit judiciously. And if they're trying to pair it in terms of Germanic foods, then fine. I mean, I don't like liverwurst, but like it'd be interesting to see if somebody who does like liverwurst would like this with that. It's just fascinating. Some of the ideas that Claire comes up with is just mind-boggling to me. I really appreciate the creativity. I don't know if this was, that's something I'd be interested to know someday is just generally with sauce makers is do they devise something and then go, okay, let's just try it with a bunch of stuff. Where do we pair this? Or do they have that sort of in mind going in? I suspect it's probably both. I suspect that maybe you're thinking, oh, we should do this kind of sauce. And then the result is maybe not a one-to-one of where you were aiming. And so you kind of say, okay, well, how about this? How about this? How about this? Where is this? What's the sweet spot of that? Which is the same thing that I do. That's why I like guidance for this, because some of these are targeted, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think all of them. And if they are, as a food explorer, I would like to know what that is so I can partake of it as well. And I mean, that's part of the thing is in these videos, I want everybody to be able to do what I'm doing. I want everybody to wander into the doors of the temple and partake of the majesty within. And this one, definitely there is some more playing around. It would be interesting on roasted potatoes. A lot of the time those are seasoned, and I presume they're meaning roasted potatoes without seasoning. And rye bread, I think, this might be something I try on a pastrami on rye. So what I might do is I might whip up some coleslaw and try this with either a pastrami or a corned beef on rye. I think that would be really, really interesting. There's a lot to play around with on this sauce. It is definitely finding the right setting, though. This is, I don't think a crazy flexible sauce. I think it's fairly narrow, in fact. Where it works really, really nicely. It is something unique for sure. But it is not what I would say is ubiquitous. And I don't think that was the intent either. But another really, really fascinating sauce. What can I say? This definitely stands kind of by itself. And we'll leave it right there. So that was the Butterfly Bakery Mustard Cranberry Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.